Finding the main idea of a paragraph or longer passage of text is one of the most important reading skills to master, along with concepts like making an inference, finding the author's purpose, or understanding vocabulary words in context. In this video, we're going to learn the definition of main idea and the techniques to identify main idea. Subsequently, we'll have the practical part where there will be some exercises. Thank you for staying with me, and I welcome those who are new to my channel. Please subscribe and like this video to show your support. First, let's look at what is main idea. Main idea of a paragraph is the primary point or concept that the author wants to communicate to the readers about the topic. When the main idea is stated directly, it is called topic sentence. Main idea gives the overarching idea of what the paragraph is about, but excludes the specifics. You can locate main idea in different places within a paragraph. Main idea is usually the first sentence of a paragraph. The author or writer then uses the rest of the paragraph to support the main idea. The next common placement of main idea is in the last sentence of a paragraph. The author or writer gives supporting details first and then makes the point in the last sentence. An author or writer might put the main idea in the middle of a paragraph. In this case, there will be a few sentences introducing the topic before presenting the main idea. Excuse me, what if the main idea is nowhere to be found? Well, the main idea is there, it's just that it may not be stated directly in a paragraph. When the main idea is not stated directly in a paragraph, it should be an implied main idea. This requires readers to look thoroughly at the content. Look at specific words, sentences, images that are used and repeated to deduce what the text is about. Before we move on to the techniques, how to identify main idea, here is one more tip. Be careful with transitional words like but, however, nevertheless, on the other hand, etc. that indicate that the second sentence is actually the main idea. If you see one of these words that negate or qualify the first sentence, that is a clue that the second sentence is the main idea.
Sorry, I think I do not understand the explanation. What do you mean by the word that negates the first sentence?
Well, okay, I will give you an example. Let's look at this example. Many people argue that animal testing is cruel. However, it would be much more cruel to test new drug on humans. People may die after trying a new drug due to lack of information about it. Take careful note of the transitional word however. So, based on these statements, the author argues for or against animal testing.
I think the author agrees with animal testing.
Yes, good job. Now you see the transitional word however negates the first sentence. Hence, the second sentence will give you a clue to the main idea. Here are a few techniques that can help you to identify main idea. First, read the passage, then try to identify the topic. Who or what is the paragraph about? Just find the topic and don't worry about deciding what argument the passage is making about this topic. After reading thoroughly, summarize it in your own words in one sentence. What is the text mainly about? Just pretend that you are telling your friend what the text is about. Then you can look at the first and last sentences of the text or paragraph. Author often put main idea in or near either the first or last sentence of the paragraph. You can try these first and last sentences to see if they make sense as the overarching theme of the text. Next, look for repetition of ideas. If you read through a paragraph and you do not know how to summarize due to vast information, start looking for repeated words, phrases, or related ideas. So, what does this paragraph consistently talk about? Before letting you try the exercises, I will show you some examples on how to identify main idea practically. Let's read together and try to find the main idea of this paragraph. Due to the closure of international borders, Malaysians have resorted to planning holidays within the country. Actually, we don't have to leave Malaysia to see the world's wonder. There is a special place in Malaysia called Pulau Sembilan where you can see blue tears, a type of algae in the sea that is bioluminescent. It can only be seen at night and it lights up each wave that crashes upon the shore with an electric blue glow. This phenomenon is the result of many marine organisms in the coastal areas of Pulau Sembilan, namely ostracod crustaceans or phytoplankton. Okay, let's try to identify the topic. What is this paragraph about?
I think the topic is Pulau Sembilan.
Yes, good. What is the text mainly about?
The paragraph is mainly about Pulau Sembilan and blue tears.
Okay, so now let's look at the first and the last sentences.
Well, the first sentence is to introduce the topic, but the last sentence is not the main idea as well.
Okay, so far so good. Now, what does this paragraph consistently talk about?
It consistently talks about Pulau Sembilan and blue tears because they are repetition of blue tears and Pulau Sembilan in the paragraph.
Then what is it trying to convey?
So it is trying to convey that there is a nice place in Malaysia called Pulau Sembilan where you can see blue tears.
Yes, indeed. Good job. Okay, let's move on to the next example. This is another paragraph. Let's read together. Regardless of what you want to learn or know, with just a few clicks of mouse, you could get thousands of relevant results in seconds. Even very abstract and high-level things can be researched with ease. Some information for research and development that could have taken hours or days to find out in the past can now be found in seconds. So, without the internet, all different types of researches would become incredibly difficult. All in all, internet has provided immeasurable information for various researchers in a short time. Now we need to repeat the techniques for identifying the main idea. First, what is the topic of this paragraph?
Well, the topic is the internet.
Okay, now using your own words, can you tell me what is this paragraph about?
This paragraph is mainly about the internet has helped various researchers.
Alright, now let's look at the first and the last sentences. Do they give overarching idea of what the paragraph is about?
When I look at the first sentence, I think it is very general about the internet could help to obtain vast information. Meanwhile, I think the last sentence should be the main idea.
Well done! Let's reconfirm this by looking at the repetition of ideas.
It frequently talks about
The
internet, researchers, and in shorter amount of time we can obtain information.
Yes, awesome! This is the third example. Let's read the paragraph together. Assess yourself before you choose a career that suits you. Each career has certain required or desired knowledge, skills, and abilities that are essential for success on the job. Therefore, it is essential for you to know and understand your values, interests, soft skills, and personality traits before choosing a career path. For instance, your personality type can make it easier to work in some occupations but harder to work in others. If you do not know yourself well enough, don't worry, as you can use self-assessment tools and career tests to gather information about your characteristics. Subsequently, you can generate a list of occupations that are a good fit based on them. First, as usual, we need to identify the topic. So, what is the topic of this paragraph?
I think the topic is about assessing yourself.
Okay, now in your own words, summarize this paragraph.
This paragraph is mainly about assessing yourself before choosing a career that suits you.
Very good! Now look at the first and last sentences. Which one could make sense as the overarching idea of the paragraph?
I think the first sentence in the paragraph is the main idea, but not the last sentence.
Okay, let's reconfirm that after looking at the repetition of ideas in the paragraph.
This paragraph constantly talks about assessing yourself,
Choosing a career,
and also importance of understanding yourself.
excellent! The main idea is in the first sentence of this paragraph. Now it's time for exercises. Fret not, dear students, as I will give you clues to identify the main idea for each paragraph. Those underlined words or phrases are the clues. Well, you can pause, rewind, fast forward, and otherwise move through video at your own pace. Happy learning, guys and girls! Yes, you have done all the exercises. So, out of 6 questions, how many correct answers have you got? I hope you have learned something, and please subscribe to support my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.